Okay, Cardenas. Are we laying down, Mr. Cardenas? You're muted. Can you unmute so I can hear you?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Thank you. Are you ready on Mr. Cardenas, Mr. Michelson?
I am, Your Honor. Thank you.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jamie Cardenas, file number is 21-02333FY. Council appearance, please.
Your Honor, good morning.
Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Cardenas, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Today was the date set for a sentencing. Mr. Cardenas, you were here back on September 9th and you pled guilty to adding count 3 of use of a controlled substance. I ordered you to go and meet with probation so they can provide the court with a pre-sentence report and recommendation. I have a letter here stating that you failed to do that. Any reason why that happened?
I was talking to my attorney, Mr. Feigelson, and I guess I got miscommunicated on because I got through pretrial services, and I was thinking that everything was done through pretrial services, and then they told me to report on the 23rd, and then I went ahead and reported on the 23rd as she indicated. And I was going to my drops, and then she told me that I didn't have to do anything else until I went to court. So that's why
No, I told you to report to probation for pre-sentencing report. I didn't tell you to report to pretrial services. You were already reporting to pretrial services from the time of your arraignment, or at least you should have been. But at the time of your plea, you were ordered to meet with probation. You were supposed to turn yourself in within 48 hours. My understanding is that they made several attempts to make contact with you. They used the number that you provided at arraignment. It was a non-working number, and that they reached out to your attorney.
I got back to my attorney because the number that I had, the phone was stolen because at that time right now I'm homeless and I just got a job, and I've been fighting the weather, fighting everything else, and trying not to be homeless. Or like right now I'm in a tent right now, but I'm waiting to go to I'm waiting for this to go to work. I just got a job.
Okay, sir. You turn yourself in today to probation, or else I'm issuing a warrant. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I can do that.
All right, we'll see you here by 9:30.
Yes, no problem.
Thank you. We're off the record.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Feigelson. We'll reset the sentencing after we get a report.
Mr. Cardenas, do you know where to go?
Kalamazoo Street.
No, 120 West Michigan. Go down to the lobby, then on the 5th floor.
Okay. 120 Michigan Avenue.
Yes, sir. Lansing City Hall.
Okay, I could be right there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it?
That is it. We'll see you here by 9:30.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, here's that one. Who do we have in the jail?
Edward Zick.
Edward Zick?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have an attorney, Mr. Zick?
Not that I know of.
Did you request court-appointed counsel?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and Mr. Feigelson, do you know if he was denied?
I'm checking right now, Your Honor.
No problem, thank you.
I'm not even showing a active case for him right now in our system, Your Honor.
Okay, I have file number 21-02118.
I am not seeing that in our system.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like he was arraigned back on October 12th.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, can I put him in a private meeting room with you so you can get information for an intake to see if he's eligible?
Yes, Your Honor, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Well, a lot of these people look like they're in the custody, so Mr. Hale is in custody. Harrington is in custody.
Mr. Hale's in custody but unreachable by this court this morning, apparently.
Unreachable?
He is currently in an exam in 54B.
Okay, it doesn't look like he has an attorney yet.
Nope. That's the
I
other
see a number of those here that don't have attorneys, and I'm not sure what's going on there.
He applied for one at arraignment, but because he was denied.
Well, we can't make that guess, because there's way too many people on here who don't have an attorney. So I will ask, you said he's in an exam where?
54B. He went over to. Yeah, 54.
Does he have a public defender on that?
Might be a victim. I think Randy was talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
It'll.
Okay, what's your name?
Ramadan.
What's your name, sir?
John Michon.
Okay. John Michon, they have it on here backwards. Okay, you're represented by Mr. Keithley?
Yes, boss.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you spoken with him?
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday.
Okay, he said that you were going to continue 2 exams, so you're all set today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Huntley, I have continued to exam. Where's that? Did you take that one already? Huntley?
Huntley? Yes. I did.
Oh,
You want it back?
no, I just was marking the files off. You already did that one, so we're good.
Huntley, Bowles, and Lopez. I have.
Kristen and Lopez.
Yes.
Do you know where Darius Craddock is? Yeah. For Mr. Craddock.
Your Honor, are you entering a bench warrant on Craddock?
Correct.
We have a PE scheduled for November 4th. Will that be removed or left on?
I'm gonna leave it on for now. There was a note in there that he was supposed to be retaining Toby White, but we don't have an appearance and we don't have either of them here, so
Okay, very good. I'll note my file. Thank you.
no problem.
Judge.
Mr. Feigl. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Dezek, I met with him, Your Honor, a couple of things. I like him back in the room. I know we had filled out an app, and I think he does want an attorney, but I also think he wants to just get things handled. So I don't know if he wants to have our office help him, but I can let him address that to the court today.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Edward Lamont Zick, file number 21-02118 FY council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson, appearing on behalf of Mr. Dezek, just for purposes of what's going on today, Your Honor. I did have a chance to meet with him to see if he's interested or would qualify to work with our office. I don't know. Nothing was done from our end. I can't answer what happened. So I'm not trying to. This is the first time I'm seeing anything about this file. I did meet with him. I would like to make sure he understands that he is entitled to an attorney, but I think he wishes to represent himself in this, but I'll let him address the court on that.
This is it Zick or Dezek?
Zick, the D is silent, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Zick, I'm not clear what you want. Did you want to be represented by counsel in this matter? This is a felony that you're facing here, so it's a serious matter. And you have the right to be represented by counsel. You're facing up to 10 years and or $15,000 in fine. So did you want court-appointed counsel or not?
I wanted to see if I could plea out the usage or whatever. I mean, I just want to get this over with and get it put behind me. I'm going to classes in here, CATS, going to school, parenting.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've been here 13.
It sounds like you want to resolve the matter via
Yes.
a plea, but an attorney that is appointed could assist you with that.
Yeah. I guess if I need one, I mean, I was just trying to get it put behind me. I didn't want to, keep coming back and forth from court. I got stuff that I'm doing in Enum County. I got stuff that I'm doing in Clinton County as well. I get sentenced in November 1st for Clinton County. So I'm just trying to push these things behind me. I don't know if I'm gonna be on probation in Clinton County, but I'll take probation or whatever, plea out the usage. I'm just trying to get it put behind me, man, and move forward. I got a family out there. I got 4 children out there that's waiting on me. And they need me, and yeah, so I'm just trying to get all this stuff pushed behind me. I'm already doing time in Ingham County. My out date is February 15th. When I caught this case, I've been incarcerated ever since June 13th when I caught the case. I know it's a felony charge for methamphetamines. I would play out the usage, and whatever you got to offer, I mean, I could use the help.
Okay, so you haven't even been extended an offer. We don't know if there is an offer on this. So what the court is going to do is allow you to move forward with your application for court-appointed counsel if that's what you are requesting. Because even if your goal is to plead this case out, sounds like you got multiple things pending and you're serving some time on some other matters. Court-appointed counsel is knowledgeable and they have the ability to try to negotiate something for you. I don't know if this is a matter that you can have a global resolution or if maybe you need to be put into a specialty court. I don't know, but you need court-appointed counsel to navigate that for you, sir, because you're not knowledgeable to do that on your own. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I have to take it then.
Your Honor, I did have a chance.
You don't have to take it. You don't have to take court-appointed counsel. We're just telling you have a right to that. You are scheduled for a preliminary examination next week, so you're already going to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I've had a discussion with Ms. Housefield. Mr. Dizek,
Did you need to speak with her privately?
No, I didn't. I could speak with him about that offer in a minute, but I wanted to let the court know I have no power to decide what happens, but I can get the application in today and get this rushed where we would be able to get him a counsel, and I could try to talk to the bosses and see if I can handle this case for the exam next week. I know Ms. Housefield conveyed an offer to me. I don't have an issue going in a breakout room and speaking to Mr. Dizek about that offer. The concern I have is, as the court indicated, there are other things we may be able to mitigate and resolve later that I would need more time to develop, or any other attorney. So I get his concern because it's not his fault, but I think if we took a week, I think that would be sufficient, Your Honor.
So yeah, the court's not going to allow, and I recognize he wants to get this done. I'm not going to allow him to rush this matter just to get it done. That's not in his best interest. It's not in the interest of justice. So there is set for a hearing next week regardless, not to say we need to run a preliminary examination, but there is time for him to be appointed counsel, and counsel should be able to advise him as to what the offer is, and he can make a decision about his options at that point. So if there's an offer that's already been extended, if you want me to put you back in a breakout room, I could do that.
Please, Your Honor, I think that might go a long way to help him out here.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. You're already in room 1, but I'm gonna move you because I don't think it'll let me, well, actually, let me do this. I'll close the room and reopen it. It should put Mr. Zick back in there. I'm gonna remove this one because no one's in there.
Miss Cherry. Hey, Aaron.
Yes.
I think he's just gonna request court-appointed counsel, and I'm gonna try to get it expedited and see if I can get on the case so we can talk about the resolution that you proposed.
Judge is back, but okay. Sounds good.
And Harrington's trying to log into Zoom. I think he's having technical issues.
Okay, let me bring Mr. Zick back. Okay, we're back on the record in the matter of Edward Zick. Mr. Douglasson, you've extended an offer to him. How are we going to proceed on this?
Your Honor, he does wish to allow the public defender to help him and navigate through this. Given the circumstances, I mean, I did tell him what the offer was, but he's willing to allow our office to come assist him. We just ask that the exam be left on so we can try to get this matter resolved next week, potentially.
Okay, this matter will continue to preliminary examination next week. And you should be in contact again between now and then by the public defender's office. Okay, Mr. Zick?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Harrington is logging on?
What's that, Your Honor?
Oh, you said Mr. Harrington was logging on?
He's trying to. He's having technical issues with his phone.
Oh, I had it here that he was in custody. I guess he's not.
He got released, I want to say Wednesday night, Your Honor, I believe, or
Okay.
even maybe Thursday morning.
Do you know if Corey Hale requested court-appointed counsel and if he was approved or denied?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. HALE?
Yes, HALE.
It's another one I'm not even showing up in our, it's not even showing up in our system.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on because, and I'll check with the magistrate. I don't even see, normally, at least when I do arraignments, I know if they request court-appointed counsel. I don't see that on here. So he's not here because he's a witness, you said, in another matter?
I believe so, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, so we will convert his court date next week to a PE. I'm sorry, to a PCC. And due to the fact that he's not here today, if we need to continue to examine, the court will address the waiver or find good cause if necessary to go beyond the 21-day timeline on him.
thing, Your Honor. I'd also ask that the Public Defender's Office be appointed for him, even if it's just temporary, between now and the PCC, if it turns out he's ineligible or does not want the Public Defender's assistance. But given the fact that he's not here, I'd like to at least get that process started.
Okay, well, they typically do an intake, so it still wouldn't be started. Because he's not here to provide any information. They don't have any information, which they should have gotten during arraignment. And it looks like he was arraigned on the 12th, same date as the other guy. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Given the rationale at the same time, I think there was some systemic problem that happened during that time period for these arraignments. It's the only conclusion I can come to. But I would hate for us to get to the PCC and then he still hasn't been, talked to by the Public Defender's Office, and we're right back where we were.
My appointing someone today is not going to make him talk to someone from the Public Defender's Office between now and then.
Okay, understood, Your Honor.
So
Mr. Pfeiffer, do you have contact with Mr. Hale?
Who?
I know you.
No, he's in custody.
Okay.
No, my last name is Love.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, sir. Because Mr. Pfeiffer, because you made it sound like he was a witness in another case. I was saying you can have him contact our
but
office.
But he's still in custody. I can talk to Randy, it's his case, but yeah, at the very least, we know where to find him.
Yeah. Because I can just let our people know, but I don't, and try to get him screened. That's all that I can do.
if he's in custody, what we can do is we can see if they can put him on tomorrow and address whether or not he's requesting court-appointed counsel. Or if as I have no indication one way or the other in the file.
That sounds good to me, Your Honor.
Corey Hill. Okay, who's in the jail calling in now? Sir, what's your name?
Kenneth Love.
Kenneth Love. I didn't even have that he was in custody. Okay, Mr. Love. Did you request court-appointed counsel?
Ma'am?
Did you request court-appointed counsel?
Yeah, well, I was trying to get a hold of the phone call. Yeah, I did, yeah, I did.
Okay, it doesn't look like you requested court-appointed counsel. I have a note here that during your arraignment, you were uncooperative.
No, I wasn't uncorrupted, man. I have a hard time hearing in my other ear, and I was trying to explain to them, and it was echoing in my ear. That was
Okay, the note was that you didn't provide any information. So if you're requesting court-appointed counsel, Mr. Feigelson, I'm assuming you all don't have any information on him as well.
Let me double check, but I don't believe we do. It's Love, right?
Yep. Arraigned on the 12th of October.
We do have information in our system. Give me a second, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I guess he met with one of our attorneys and he refused to give us any information.
Okay, he's indicating that wasn't the case. He's hard of hearing, or he has trouble hearing. So can I put you in a private meeting room so you can?
Sure, Your Honor, that's fine. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ferguson, did you get information your office needs from Mr. Love?
I did, Your Honor. I will be submitting that application today. And we would ask that it be left on for an exam and we'll go from there.
Okay, this matter will be continued to preliminary exam at this time, okay, Mr. Love?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Next week?
Yes.
So that's the next Thursday, on 28th, you mean?
Yep, the 28th at 9:30. Okay, someone joined from an iPhone.
Sometimes.
I wonder if that was Mr. Harrington, Your Honor. Hopefully that was, but I haven't heard back from them.
I'm not sure. Okay. William Ball, is he supposed to be in Wayne County?
Yes, Your Honor, and this is gonna be a slightly complicated matter.
Was he ready to be here today?
No, because it wasn't discovered he wasn't in jail until yesterday.
Oh, no.
It was also not discovered until yesterday. He does not have an appointed attorney here. And after speaking with Mr. Nickel, public defender's office is likely to be conflicted out for Mr. Ball.
That is correct.
Unfortunately, there is another urgent matter on top of those other problems that I need to address with the court.
Okay, I have a note. I will go on the record on this one in just a moment. Let me see what this is. Who just joined me on the LG Stylo 6?
I did. I'm Miranda Corman. I'm here on behalf of Leasia Armstead. You have a court date with her at 9:30.
Okay, where is Leasia?
Hopefully will be joining us within the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, the iPhone is back. Maybe that is Mr. Harrington. Okay. I don't know who this is on the iPhone, but they're struggling. I won't bother, but
There's also another one of this actually in the head. I don't know if it's trying to hit on his girlfriend once he got arrested. He's what you do. Stop. Stop. What did you do? I'm not trying to put him involved. My friend's a strong friend.
Well, thanks for checking in.
Oh, this is all after yesterday. He was immediately transferred to Easy County for extended to their felony probation for drugs and background. It seems like. Yeah, I would support that. Also. You don't have, you're not getting the trial box. The trial first.
There's a bunch of trials going on now, right? The other shots will start this week, so it's, Steve.
I got nice and free from all of mine. I do, but I got something like that.
Yeah, Trump, so that's a trial.
I see a DeFonso Weaver. You unmute your device. Can you hear me, DeFonso?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I need you to start your video.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Weaver, step into the view of the camera. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm good.
Mr. Weaver, did you request court-appointed counsel?
A public defender, you mean?
Correct.
Yes, I did.
Does your office have any information, do you know, on him?
Mr. Weaver's case is in the process of being conflicted out. He is one of many co-defendants with a gentleman by the name of Ricky Norris that our office does represent.
And Your Honor, if I may say a few words.
Well, I guess we should call the case then.
Okay.
We're on the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus DeFonso Weaver, file number 21-028773FY, counsel appearance.
Chris Martin for the people, Your Honor.
Okay, and so Mr. Weaver has requested court-appointed counsel. My understanding from the public defender is that he will be conflicted out from their office. Your office is already representing Mr. Norris.
Yes.
He's actually currently in the waiting room. And so, Mr. Martin, you wanted to address the court.
I did, Your Honor, just so that I can paint a picture of what's going on here. It might help the court with scheduling. There are 5 co-defendants in this case, and it all involves the same incident on the same night in the same location. That's part of the reason why the public defender's office is having such a fun time finding conflict counsel for all the co-defendants.
Okay, I see this here.
And what I would,
Well, let me
okay,
just double check. Bush, Armistead, Price, Norris, Wall, and King.
sounds correct.
Okay, that makes sense why I have so many on here without attorneys. Okay. Okay, you can continue.
Yes, Your Honor, and it's my understanding from speaking briefly with Mr. Nickel about this, that the folks that have been charged in these offenses are not being held on these particular offenses, although one or two of them may be in custody on holds from other counties.
Okay.
I believe that it might make sense based on where we are and the fact that these defendants are not being held on these cases to use next week's date as a PCC date so that we can engage in some discussions with attorneys present and also set out the scheduling for this case.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I don't see King on my document. Do we know what happened to Lindsey King? Oh, it was a misdemeanor.
That's correct. One of the defendants was charged with misdemeanor.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so Mr. Weaver is going to be assigned conflict counsel at some point.
Correct, Your Honor.
So we will convert next week to a PCC when we can have. Okay, so Mr. Weaver, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so you were arraigned on this matter back on October 14th. You have the constitutional right to have a preliminary examination within 21 days of your arraignment date. However, you have requested court-appointed counsel, and because there are 6 co-defendants, Public Defender's Office is already representing one of them. That means they need to find conflict counsel to represent you. So they need time to find an attorney to accept your case, okay?
Okay.
So because of that, the court's going to find good cause to adjourn the 21-day timeline. You're still going to have your examination, or the right to have your examination. You just won't have it next week, okay?
You said I will have it next week or I won't.
You will not, because you don't have an attorney yet. So next week you'll come back. It'll be another probable cause conference, and hopefully you'll have an attorney by then, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the court will find good cause to adjourn the 21-day timeline. We will see you next week on October 28th at 9:30, okay?
Okay.
And you can log in the same way you did today. You can do it via Zoom, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you're all set for now. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, do we have Miss Armistead yet?
Judge, have we called Harrington yet?
I've not seen him. I thought he was trying to log in. Someone has been on an iPhone and it doesn't look like they are able to connect to audio. They keep leaving and coming back, but they're back now. Who's on the iPhone? Okay, maybe this is not Armistead. Carrington.
It's Miss Armstead.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
You're fine. I'm trying to figure out who was on the LG Style 06.
That is Miranda. I'm here on behalf of Leasia.
Okay, are you her attorney?
No, I'm a family member.
Okay, well then you can watch them at the proceeding via YouTube.
Okay, how do I connect to that? I mean, I know it's on YouTube, but how do I connect to it?
Okay, you would just go to
Yeah.
YouTube, yeah, and look up Judge Simmons courtroom. We're live right now. but you can't be in the actual courtroom. This is the virtual courtroom, okay?
Okay, I apologize. I will go on YouTube. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, Ms. Armistead, I think, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, Mr. Norris, I'm gonna mute you until I call your name, okay? I see Mr. Abbott is here. Okay, maybe he's not ready to be here. Okay, Mr. Abbott, which matter are you here for?
Siapi?
Okay, I think I saw CLP log in, yeah. Did you need to speak to CLP privately?
No, thank you. We've already talked about it, Your Honor.
Okay, do you need to go on the record or are you continuing to exam?
It's slightly more. We're going to waive the 21-day rule today, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll call the case in just a moment then. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Leasia Renee Armistead. The file number is 21-02870. Council appearance.
Chris Martin for the people, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Armistead, did you request court-appointed counsel?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming your case is similar to the other one. The public defender's office is already representing one of the parties, the co-defendants in this case, and so they have to find conflict counsel to represent you separately, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and so you have not yet been appointed an attorney to represent you,
No,
so
ma'am.
you were arraigned on this matter back on October 14th. You have the constitutional right to have your preliminary examination within 21 days of that arraignment date. But because you don't have an attorney yet, the court's going to find good cause to adjourn your preliminary examination date. So you'll still have your right to that preliminary examination. It just will not be next week on the 28th, okay?
Okay.
Next week, you'll still come back. I'm going to turn that into another probable cause conference date. Hopefully by then you'll have an attorney, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the court finds good cause to waive the 21-day timeline. You come back here the same way you did today via Zoom on the 28th of October at 9:30, okay, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're all set for today. You can convert that one to a PCC. Okay. Okay, Mr. Norris, if you can start your, or unmute your device, that is.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay, who is on, let me stop this here. I see Laydell's A71. Can you unmute, please, sir?
Sorry,
No problem. What's your name?
Liddell Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, I'm gonna call your case in just a moment. I'm gonna handle some other matters, but don't smoke in my courtroom, okay?
No problem.
Thank you. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ricky Dwayne Norris. File number is 21-02874 FY council appearances.
Chris Martin for the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Scott Nickel on behalf of Mr. Norris.
Thank you. And today was a date that was scheduled for probable cause conference. I'm going to assume that because of the issue with the other co-defendant still needing counsel, this is a matter that needs to waive the 21-day timeline, correct, Mr. Nickel?
That would be my understanding is that while the other co-defendants or counsel has figured out that adjourning Mr. Norris's preliminary examination makes sense.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Norris, how are you today?
I'm pretty good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm pretty good. So there are a number of co-defendants in this matter along with you before the court, and those other co-defendants have requested court-appointed counsel. The public defender's office cannot represent them because they're already representing you. So they're in the process of finding conflict counsel to represent the co-defendants. So you have the constitutional right to be able to proceed on your preliminary examination within 21 days of your arraignment date. You were arraigned on this matter on October 14th, but because all of the defendants do not have attorneys or are not prepared to proceed to exam at this time, the court is going to find good cause to adjourn your examination scheduled for next week until all defendants can proceed at the same time, okay?
Okay.
So you'll still have your examination, it just won't be on the 28th.
Heard that.
Okay, so. Okay, so we'll convert your court date next week to a probable cause conference as well. You'll log in the same way you did today, okay, sir?
Okay.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Your Honor, could you put myself and Mr. Norris in a breakout room so we could discuss this case briefly?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We're off the record. That was Norris. Okay. Oh, Mr. Ferguson, I don't think we meant to put him in the third one. Okay, Mr. Brown. Not seeing that he has an attorney either. Oh, that's because he's one of the. Got it.
Excuse me?
I was actually not addressing you directly, sir.
Excuse me?
I have not said anything to you.
I was on this meeting. I was just wondering if you were my judge or not. I'm not even sure. I'm kind
I'm
of
not
lost.
sure who this is.
This
Can you
is
start your
Dewan.
video?
Dewan Bush.
Dewan Bush, yes, you are in the right courtroom. I'll call your case in just a moment, okay?
Okay, thanks.
No problem. I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna handle Mr. Brown first.
Okay.
Okay, we're on the record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Liddell Brown. I have here file numbers 21-02876 and 21-02872. Counsel, can I have your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Erin Housefield on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for probable cause conference in both of these matters. Okay, let's see. Mr. Martin, are you not the prosecutor on one of these? He's a co-defendant, I believe. Or do I have the wrong file?
I believe this is one of Ms. Housefield's cases.
Okay, thank you.
Is that right, Ms. Housefield?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. I have two files here for Mr. Brown. I think one is a arraignment on a P53 violation. Mr. Brown, did you request court-appointed counsel?
Yes.
Mr. Feigelson, are you there?
I can go quickly search for a public defender in the halls.
Well, Mr. Abbott is here as well. Mr. Abbott, are you there? I just need someone from the public.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Thank you. Mr. Liddell Brown says he requested court-appointed counsel. I don't have any indication if your office received that information, if he's approved or denied.
I looked on the file. It's still listed as unassigned, so that they have received an application, but I don't see that it's been assigned to any of our attorneys yet.
Okay, sounds,
I don't have an explanation for that.
okay. Okay, so Mr. Brown, you have not yet been appointed a court-appointed counsel, although you requested one, and I assume they have your information. So once they get an attorney to represent you, you'll be notified or appointed one. However, I do have here a police report from the Lansing Police Department that alleges that on October 15, 2021 at 3:14 a.m. in the area of 2900 Beaujardin Drive, apartment 201, City of Lansing, Ingham County, that you allegedly violated the terms of your conditional release from custody by violating your bond condition, that is. It says that you violated by having contact with the alleged victim, Sarah Quarles. And so you have the right to have a contested hearing on the alleged violation of your bond condition. If you're found guilty of that condition, that's a contempt of the court, and you can be subject to 93 days in jail or $7,500 in fines. You understand that?
Right.
Okay, so because you don't yet have counsel to advise you, the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty at this time on the bond violation. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay, so this matter will be set for a hearing at a time in which you are represented by counsel. I'm going to reiterate, you were arraigned on October 14th by Magistrate Milmore. It says here that you were not to be within 500 or 1,500 feet of wherever Ms. Quarles lives, wherever she works, wherever she goes to school. You understand that?
Correct, Your Honor.
No,
Uh,
I'm gonna stop you because you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. So I don't want you to say anything that could be self-incriminating, okay?
okay.
Okay. And so I'm just reminding you of those bond conditions, and offering further clarification to the extent that you need any. You're not to be within any place where she lives, works, or goes to school, or within 1,500 feet of wherever she lives, works, or goes to school. You're not to make contact or communication with Ms. Quarles directly or indirectly. Do you know what indirectly means?
Yes.
Okay, so there should be, or do you have any questions, I suppose, as to the bond condition of no contact with Ms. Quarles?
Okay.
Okay, so I won't give you a hearing date yet on this PA 53 violation because we don't have an attorney. Your exam for next week is going to be adjourned. The court's going to find good cause to adjourn because you have not yet received a court-appointed counsel. So you have the constitutional right to have your preliminary examination within 21 days of your arraignment, but you don't have an attorney. So you need to be advised before you can decide how you're going to proceed. And so you'll still have your exam, it just won't be on the 28th. We're going to convert next week into another probable cause conference, okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Will a court appointed contact me, or will I speak to him?
Yeah, yes, hopefully you would have been appointed attorney by then. I'm not sure as to why you have not yet received court-appointed counsel. It sounds like they do have your information. They are, I think, a little short-staffed right now, so that could be the issue.
Okay. Is there a number I can contact to get one?
They already have your information in the file. That's correct, Mr. Abbott?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you want information or a number to follow up, we can get you that information. Mr. Abbott, what number should he call if he wants to follow up?
Oh, you'll have to help me with this, Mr. Nichols, if I'm wrong. 679-2950.
2979.
2979. Thank you.
679-2975.
2979.
Thanks.
979. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
It's not a good sign that I don't know my own phone number.
Okay, Mr. Brown, did you have any other questions?
I do not.
Okay, you're all set for now, sir. We'll see you next week via Zoom for your PCC, okay?
Your Honor, will the court be
So-
assigning a new preliminary examination date at this time?
We can do that. Let me get another date. November 4th at 8:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. We might as well put the PA 53 on that as well. All right. Okay, you're all set for today, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
No problem. Oh, that's what I did. I was calling Bush's file and not Brown's. That's why I thought Mr. Martin was on. Okay. Is it Keofi?
Siapi? Yeah. Where'd he go?
I'm not getting any response. Mr. Brown, you're free to hang up.
Okay. Just trying to figure this all out.
Okay, Mr. Siafi's raising his hand, but I need you to unmute your device, sir. Okay, well, while he works through his technological device issue, oh, I don't see him anymore. Mr. Bush, are you still there? Oh, he's back. Mr. Ferguson, did you ever find Mr. Harrington?
Your Honor, I did not. I have had email with him. I still think he's trying to figure out how to log into Zoom, but I have not had any other contact in a probably a good half hour.
Okay, well, the court's gonna request a bench warrant.
And I would just ask that if I can get him to either log into Zoom or appear in court today, that the bench warrant could get recalled.
Absolutely,
Thank you, Your Honor.
no problem.
Thanks. You could have a good day, Your
Siafi,
Honor.
Same to you. Mr. Siafi, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I'm having issues with my phone. I'm sorry.
No problem. You're there now. I can see you and I can hear you.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me unmute or turn my video on. It kept saying,
Okay, sounds good. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Albert Siafi Jr. The file number is 21-02819. FY counsel appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Aaron Housefield on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Abbott representing Mr. Siafi. We're both appearing by video today.
Today's the date that was set for a probable cause conference. Counsel, how do you want to proceed on this?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Siafi has a misdemeanor file set for Monday. That is case file 21-02724 SM. I sent an email requesting your court staff to pull that file if they had the opportunity this morning. We have reached a global resolution that takes into consideration both the felony before Your Honor this morning and the misdemeanor for Monday. But Mr. Abbott tells me that no attorney has yet been appointed on the misdemeanor, and as a result, no discovery has been sent. So at this time, we are asking for an adjournment of both the felony matter and the misdemeanor matter so that we can get that discovery to Mr. Abbott or whomever may be appointed from his office and reach that resolution. In addition, as a result of that request for adjournment, Mr. Siafi is going to waive his right to have his preliminary examination held within the 21-day timeline.
Okay, and Mr. Abbott, that's a complete and accurate understanding of how we want to proceed at this time.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Siafi, you understand that you have the constitutional right to have a preliminary examination in the felony matter within 21 days of your arraignment?
yes, ma'am. Me and Mr. Abbott has spoken with it about it yesterday.
Okay, and so due to the fact that you have a pending misdemeanor, there is a offer that's been extended to you for your consideration, and you do not have a public defender yet on your misdemeanor matter to review the discovery. You would need more time to get that attorney appointed so they can get that discovery and be able to properly advise you as to how you should proceed. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to waive the 21-day timeline for your examination so you can have that time to get that attorney appointed and allow him to review the discovery?
Yes.
Okay. Court Find your waiver to be made freely and voluntarily. This matter will be adjourned to a new probable cause conference and preliminary examination date. Give me a new date for the PCC.
The exam date next week. Further.
Mr. Abbott, do you think that keeping the exam date next week as the PCC date will be sufficient time for your office to get an attorney on the misdemeanor?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll convert next week to a PCC date. And then we'll get you another exam date to the extent you may need one.
November 4th at 9:30.
Okay, the exam will be November 4th at 9:30.
Thank you.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, just to perhaps have the court or Mr. Abbott reiterate to Mr. Siafi that he does not have to appear Monday for the pretrial in the misdemeanor matter.
He doesn't.
Okay, so I don't have to show up on the 28th?
No, you do need to show up on the 28th. You have a court date on Monday for the misdemeanor. You do not need to show up on that date, okay?
Okay, so the 28th, but not Monday.
Right.
That is correct. That's
All right,
correct.
thank
Let's
you.
reset Monday out, please.
Want me to put it the same day of the exam or? On a different month?
Wait, for his pre-trial, that's fine. You can put it the same date as the exam.
November 4th at 9:30.
Okay, you're all set for now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was pre-trial, right? Now.
Pre-trial on the misdemeanor, yeah. Okay, it's Mr. Bush? Okay. Mr. Bush, you can come right up here. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Dewan Deshaun Nelson Bush. File number is 21-02872. Council, may I have your appearance?
Chris Martin for the people, Your Honor.
And how are you today, Mr. Bush? Okay, so today's the date that was set for probable cause conference. You are one of 6 co-defendants on a matter. You request a court-appointed counsel, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so court-appointed counsel has not yet been appointed to represent you because they are representing Mr. Norris of the Public Defender's Office, so they need time to find conflict counsel to represent you. Is your phone on, sir? So they need time to find conflict counsel to represent you separately, okay? Okay, so you have the constitutional right to have a preliminary examination within 21 days of your arraignment day. You were arraigned on the 14th of this month, and so your exam was scheduled for the 28th. But because you've not yet gotten an attorney to advise you and review discovery, it's not likely that you're going to have your exam within 21 days of that arraignment date, okay, sir?
Okay.
So the court's going to find good cause to waive the 21-day timeline. You're still going to have your exam, it just won't be next week, okay, sir?
Okay.
You'll come back next week, and you can come back via Zoom, and we'll use that as a probable cause conference date, okay? Do you have any questions today?
That'll be it.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, just briefly, our notes in the court records reflect that Mr. Bush declined the services of the Public Defender's Office and stated he would retain an attorney. If that's changed, he needs to contact the Public Defender's Office so that we can get the information necessary to get him screened.
Okay, are you now requesting court appointed counsel, sir?
I am because it was.
No worries. What we'll do is, you're still in the building, aren't you, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Nickel? Okay, we can get you the information. You can meet with the public defender while you're here before you leave, okay? So you can get information so they can see if you're eligible. Okay, any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. You have a seat right there until the public defender is available, okay?
Your Honor, the fifth co-defendant on the felonies is it's Keith Lamont Price. I don't know if the court has heard from him today.
I've not. There is someone on an iPhone that is struggling. I'm not sure who it is. They've not started their audio or video.
Thanks for saying that, Adam. My email wasn't working very well with it.
The letter said there's a bounce back, so it was directed sometime. Trying to get calls from the county, Wayne County.
Do you have a case with him too?
Yeah, I got unlawful imprisonment.
Oh.
All right, well, whoever was on the iPhone is no longer here. We did that one, we did that one. Okay, I see a Nicole Gomez.
Yep. Oops, sorry. There we go.
Okay, hi, which matter are you here for?
For Richard Pfeiffer and Chelsea Lethwood with 1924 East North. And I'm with Real Property Management, the property management company for it.
You probably have the wrong courtroom or the wrong date. What's your file number?
Pardon? Let me pull it up. This is the date they said. This is the date that the attorney gave us. I don't have the case number, but I have this is the Zoom number that they told us to be at 10 o'clock today.
This is a landlord tenant matter?
Yes.
Okay, what's the tenant's name?
Richard Pfeiffer and Chelsea Lethwood.
That was yesterday, wasn't it? It smelled like, I don't know, APA Pfeiffer or. I think this was from yesterday. I thought I saw it.
Your Honor, I have a court file if it would help.
Yes, please.
It is 21-01623 LT. Looks like it's scheduled for an objection.
Why is it on my, okay. I'm sorry?
I don't know.
I can also provide the court with a name if it would be easier to look it up.
Oh, no, thank you. We got the file actually here, but I'm trying to figure out why it's not on my docket and also why it's scheduled for today.
I know what. This corporate sent us an email and asked to cancel the hearing. So that's fine.
Okay, the attorneys canceled this hearing, ma'am.
Pardon?
The attorney sent an email canceling this hearing.
Okay. I will check in with them. Thank you.
Thank you. I've not heard from Mr. Price. I don't know who the person was that kept logging in on the iPhone. Mr. Mitchell was the person in Clinton County Jail. But there was no writ. Is that what happened?
Yes. He was written for the exam date.
Got it. Did you speak to him at all, Mr. Nickel?
No, I was not aware he was in the Clinton County Jail.
Oh, okay. I have a note here. He is in Clinton County Jail.
Okay, then I will make efforts to make contact with him there.
I'll just note here to continue to PE.
Yes. Now, I'll let the court know if we need to.
Sounds good. On that one, Ball, we need to go on the record on that one. Is that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus William Lawrence Ball, file number 21-02692 FY, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Pfeiffer for the people.
Okay, and I don't believe he has court-appointed counsel.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's several problems with this file, and if I could briefly explain, I think I can address them. Thank you. So my office became aware that Mr. Ball not only did not have an attorney for these files, but also was not even in our county anymore yesterday. As the attorney handling the felony preliminary examination, the entire felony case, upon listening to his jail calls, I came upon this information and confirmed it with Eaton County prosecutors, Eaton County jail staff, as well as Wayne County sheriffs and the Wayne County jail. Effectively, after he was arraigned, he was transferred to Eaton County. Post bond, he was immediately transferred to Wayne County. No attorney has been assigned in the matter here, and upon speaking with Mr. Nickel, who just left the room, apparently he is going to be conflicted out due to the larger multi-co-defendant case that is not the felony, but still makes it a conflict for their office.
I'm sorry, he's going to be conflicted out because of the.
He has two files.
Okay,
One that
got
is
it.
the misdemeanor from the drug situation, and then my case, which is the intimate partner violence. But because they're conflicted out for the one, they are.
Oh, so he's on that 6 co-defendant as well?
Yep.
Got it.
And unfortunately, there is a more pressing issue with Mr. Ball that, because the fact he's not here and doesn't have a defense attorney appointed, makes it all infinitely more complicated. Upon listening to his jail calls, there is serious concern about the safety of individuals if Mr. Ball were to post bond in our county, and his bond is very low considering the charges and his history. It is $20,000, 10%, and I am not the one.
GPS.
Yes, Your Honor. But I'm not the one saying it's incredibly low for his crime history. He even says that in the calls. And Your Honor, with no defense attorney or defendant here, I am a little wary of the specific details to provide to the court. If the court would like, I can, or I can approach, but I want to make sure that his rights are still being protected.
I haven't known him. Is he on parole?
He was absconding from felony probation in both Eaton and Wayne County. He is currently on remand with Wayne County, but he has an arraignment set for November 1st. I would think it would be best if we could get him here even on video as quickly as possible, as the issue is very pointed and severe.
You have a concern, is what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor, for the safety of specific individuals.
Okay. The specific individuals being the alleged victim or other individuals?
Other individuals, including police officers. I can provide more detail if the court wants, but again, without him here, I don't want to overstep.
Got it. And he's not here and he's not represented by counsel.
Correct.
I would I'm not sure what's going on here. I see he's in Wayne County. Is there some other holds going on?
He absconded from felony probation in Eaton County and also absconded from felony probation in Wayne County. So he's currently there for probation violations based on the court records I have in front of me. He is set to be arraigned on the violation of probation on November 1st, and his bond was set to be remanded March 25th this year. He's been absconding for a while. So he's not going to be released from there before November 1st, but he's already posted bond, which was $10,000 cash surety for Eaton County within, I think it was 2 days, then sent off to Wayne.
Okay, let's see if we can get him arrested or on a polycom as soon as possible.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll have to record. Ms. Household, did you have anything else?
I do not, Your Honor. I was just making sure that everything's set before I logged off.
Yep, that's all I have.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.